Welcome back. Today we are walking straight into the eye of a storm.
Hmm.
But, and this is the twist that really, it really caught me when I was prepping for this, we are not going to get wet. We're talking about becoming the calm center of that storm.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And honestly, with the state of the world right now, the notifications, the speed, the constant, outrage, it feels like something we desperately need.
We really do. We're getting into chapter 7 of James Allen's absolute classic, As a Man Thinketh.
And this one is just called Serenity.
Just Serenity. And I have to be honest with you right out of the gate. When I first saw that title, I had this knee-jerk reaction.
Okay.
I thought, all right, Serenity, this sounds nice. It sounds like a spa day, cucumber water, soft music.
Right, a hammock maybe. We've sort of commodified that idea, haven't we? We equate it with relaxation or just checking out of reality for a bit.
Exactly. I thought we were going to be talking about bubble baths, but then I actually started reading Allen's description and I realized I was completely wrong.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't about relaxation at all. He starts with this incredible, almost rugged imagery. He describes the serene person as a shade-giving tree in a thirsty land.
Or a sheltering rock in a storm. And we should pause on that for a second because that imagery is so important.
It really is.
A thirsty land is not a comfortable place. It's harsh. It's scorching. To be the tree in that environment, to be the source of shelter, that's not a passive thing.
No.
That requires this immense, deep-rooted strength.
That was a total reframe for me. You're not escaping the heat. You're the one thing strong enough to actually withstand it.
Precisely. And the sheltering rock in a storm is the same idea. The rock is right there in the middle of the chaos, taking a beating, but it's unmoved. Allen is reframing serenity not as hiding away, but as this high-performance state of inner mastery.
He calls it the exquisite poise of character. I love that phrasing.
It's beautiful.
So the question we're exploring today, what we're really trying to get at is this. In a world that rewards speed and noise, is it possible that the ultimate power move is actually calmness?
It's such a counterintuitive idea, isn't it? We think we need to be frantic to be productive. But Allen argues the complete opposite. And we're going to unpack not just the philosophy, but the actual mental engineering behind it.
Yeah.
Because this isn't fluff. This is about how you govern the engine of your own mind.
If this episode helps you, please hit like and subscribe for the next one.
So let's really get into this premise. Because you mentioned the whole spa day misconception. And I think we need to just bury that idea right now.
Right. No bubble baths today.
No, not at all. We're talking about what happens when the pressure is on, when that deadline is looming or that email comes in that makes your blood boil.
When the world is just chaotic.
Exactly. Serenity is the ability to maintain your center in those moments. It's active. It's not passive at all.
Allen has this line where he calls it the last lesson of culture and the fruitage of the soul.
Fruitage. Yeah, that's an old word.
It is, but it stuck out to me. There's a real logic to it.
It's a very specific choice. I mean, think about fruit. It's not the seed. It's not the sapling. It's the end result of a long, long process of growth.
You don't get it immediately.
Not at all. You have to plant, you have to water, you have to weed, and you have to wait. Allen's saying you don't just wake up one day with this kind of serenity. It is earned.
So it's not a personality trait. Because I think a lot of us, we look at calm people and we just think, oh, they were just born that way. They're just chill.
He would completely disagree with that. He says it's the result of long and patient effort in self-control. It's a skill. It's a muscle you build.
And he uses the example of the ordinary trader.
Right, the business person.
This is where I started to get a little skeptical, I have to admit. He says that a trader's business prosperity actually increases as they develop greater self-control. But, I mean, let's be real. If I look at Wall Street or Silicon Valley, I see a lot of fussing and fuming. I see screaming. I see manic energy. Is Allen just being naive here? Does calmness actually win in a cutthroat market?
That is a completely valid pushback. We often mistake high energy or high aggression for high performance. But let's look closer at what he's calling exquisite poise.
Okay.
When you're in a negotiation with someone who's screaming, what are they actually doing?
Well, they're trying to intimidate you.
Maybe. But they are also showing you their cards. They're showing you exactly what triggers them. They're leaking information about their internal state.
That's true. If I know what makes you angry, I can use that.
You can manipulate them. They're leaking leverage. Now, imagine the person across the table who is strongly equable, as Allen puts it.
Right.
You can't read their panic because they aren't panicking. You can't push their buttons because they've like disconnected the wiring, who's actually in control of that room?
The one who isn't reacting. The rock.
Exactly. So while that, manic founder archetype exists,
Yeah.
Alan is arguing that they often succeed despite their lack of serenity, not because of it. And in the long run, that lack of control usually destroys what they built.
They burn out. Or they make a huge impulsive decision.
Or they destroy their team's trust. Alan says people will always prefer to deal with someone whose demeanor is strongly equable.
Equable. That means steady, right? Unvarying.
It means you're safe to be around. If you're reactive, you're volatile. People don't know which version of you they're going to get.
Yeah.
That creates friction.
And friction slows everything down.
Friction kills trust. And in business, in relationships, trust is the currency. So serenity isn't just a nice feeling. It's a strategic advantage. It's an efficiency hack.
Okay, so let's break this down into plain English. Because Alan's writing is beautiful, but we need to know what this looks like on a regular Tuesday when everything is going wrong.
Let's operationalize it.
If we modernize the language, it seems like there are three main components.
Right.
The first one is calm judgment under pressure.
This is the ability to see things clearly when everyone else is panicking. When we panic, our vision literally narrows. It's a biological response.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah, tunnel vision. We go into survival mode. We actually lose access to our higher reasoning, our prefrontal cortex.
So we literally become dumber when we're stressed out.
We become more primitive. We become reactive animals. Serenity is the ability to override that instinct and say, okay, wait, what is the actual reality here, not the catastrophic story I'm telling myself?
It's like the difference between a firefighter and someone whose house is on fire.
Perfect analogy.
The homeowner is panicking, understandably, but the firefighter is calm, not because they don't care, but because they have to be to solve the problem.
If the firefighter panicked, they would be useless. Calmness is a prerequisite for competence in a crisis.
Okay, the second component is emotional steadiness without denial. And that without denial part is so critical.
Yes. This is where people get tripped up. They hear serenity and think it means being a robot.
Yes.
Like, I have no feelings. I'm Spock.
Or that it means repression, just shoving the anger down into a little box and pretending it's not there.
That's repression, not serenity.
Mm-hmm.
And that's dangerous. It's like pushing a beach ball underwater. You can hold it there for a while, but eventually
It's going to pop up and hit you in the face.
usually at the worst possible moment. Serenity is feeling the emotion, feeling the heat of the anger, feeling the vibration of fear, but not being hijacked by it.
You're the vessel holding the liquid. You're not the liquid itself.
You observe the wave, you let it wash over you, but you don't drown in it.
I like that. You're the cup, not the coffee.
And the third piece is the ability to choose your response. This is the holy grail.
Yeah.
Moving from reaction, which is automatic, to response, which is chosen.
This connects directly to the science we looked at for this. We wanted to understand the mechanism here, not just the philosophy, the concept of cognitive appraisal.
Yes. This is the modern psychological framework that backs up everything Alan was saying over 100 years ago. It's the engine.
So unpack cognitive appraisal for us. It sounds academic, but it feels like the key.
It is the key. And the easiest way to get it is the ABC model from therapy.
ABC.
A is the activating event.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you send a text to someone and they don't reply for 6 hours. That's the event. It's neutral data.
Okay. Just facts.
C is the consequence. That's your emotional reaction. You feel that knot in your stomach.
Yeah.
You feel rejected, angry, whatever.
Right. And we usually think A causes C. The lack of a text caused my anger.
We draw a straight line. But we skip B. B is the belief. It's the story you told yourself in that split second between the event and the feeling.
So B is the narrative.
Exactly. If your B is they're ignoring me because they don't like me, then your C is going to be rejection and sadness.
But what if B is something different?
Right. What if your belief was they must be busy at work or their phone probably died? What happens to C? What happens to the emotion?
It's gone. It just vanishes. It becomes patience or just nothing.
The event didn't change. The text is still missing. But because you changed the appraisal, the belief, the emotional consequence changed instantly.
That is powerful. And that's what Alan means when he calls a calm person a thought-evolved being.
Mm-hmm.
You realize, wait a minute, I'm the one creating this internal storm with my own thoughts.
It reminds me of that Marcus Aurelius quote, "Discard your misperceptions, and your anger is gone."
It's almost annoying how simple it is, isn't it? And your anger is gone. But he's right. If you remove the judgment that something is an insult, what are you left with?
Just words or actions,
Yeah.
just data. Serenity is that gap between the stimulus and the response where you decide how you're going to interpret the data.
But man, that gap can feel microscopic when you're in the heat of the moment.
It feels non-existent. And that's what Alan calls the reactivity trap. His phrase for it is fussing and fuming.
I love that phrase. It sounds like an old steam engine about to blow a gasket.
It's a perfect description of the opposite of serenity, and we sort of broke this down into 4 pillars of reactivity.
Yeah, I think we all do these. I definitely do. The first one is quick anger.
This is the hair trigger response. Something happens, a comment, a delay, and you just snap. No processing time.
It's like touching a hot stove. You just lash out instantly.
And usually at the wrong target. You snap at your family because your boss annoyed you an hour ago.
Yeah.
Displaced aggression.
Guilty. Okay, second pillar, anxious forecasting.
The what-if game. Alan talks about how we create 1,000 ills in our minds. It's worrying about future events that haven't happened.
It's like paying interest on a debt you haven't even taken out.
That's a great way to put it. And it drains your energy just as much as if the bad thing were really happening. Your body doesn't know the difference between a real tiger and an imagined tiger.
Which leads to the third one, spiraling self-talk.
This is the internal loop. I messed up. I'm such an idiot. Everyone saw it. I'm going to get fired.
Yeah.
You take one small data point, like a typo, and you extrapolate it into a total catastrophe.
It's the snowball effect.
It gets bigger and faster until it crushes you. And finally, the fourth pillar, impulsive decisions.
This is the action part.
Right, because you're angry or anxious, you feel this unbearable pressure. You have to get rid of the feeling. So you do anything to relieve it immediately.
You send the nasty text. You quit the job.
You eat the entire cake. You're acting on a temporary emotion to create a permanent problem. That is the definition of the reactivity trap.
And Alan is clear about the cost. He says it demoralizes the body and mind. That word demoralizes is so interesting.
He means it literally. It destructures you.
Yeah.
We know now about the HPA axis, right? When you're constantly reacting, you're flooding your system with cortisol and adrenaline. You are physically degrading your own machinery.
So being a hothead isn't just a personality quirk. It's a health hazard.
It's a performance killer and a health hazard. Remember the traitor. Reactivity loses you trust. It makes you make bad decisions. It leads to burnout. Serenity is the antidote.
Okay, so we know the trap, we know the goal, now we need the method. How do we actually build this? We broke this down into a 4-step process.
This is the how-to. This is your gym routine for serenity.
Step 1, notice the trigger, or as we called it, the stop.
Yeah, you have to catch the impulse before it becomes an action. You have to notice the physical signs. Oh, my chest is tight, or my face is getting hot.
It's that split second where you feel the heat rise.
Exactly. And the technique is simply the pause. You just stop the momentum. Don't try to fix it yet. Just don't act. Freeze frame.
Okay, I've paused, I'm frozen. What's next? Step 2, name the inner story.
This goes back to the ABC model. Once you've paused, you have to look at what you're telling yourself. What is the narrative?
So if someone cuts me off in traffic, the trigger is the car swerving. The stop is me not honking. The story might be, that guy's a jerk and he's disrespecting me.
Right. Or, that was dangerous, I'm unsafe.
Yeah.
You have to identify that sentence. Because until you name it, you think it's reality. Once you name it, you realize it's just a story, a hypothesis.
And that leads to step 3. Choose a cleaner interpretation.
This is the reappraisal. This is the magic trick. You ask yourself, is there a less catastrophic, less personal way to view this?
So for the traffic guy,
Maybe he didn't see me. Or he's rushing to the hospital. Or even just, he's a bad driver, but that has nothing to do with my worth as a person.
it's taking the me out of the equation.
Precisely. It's not about lying to yourself. You're not saying, I love being cut off in traffic. You're choosing a pragmatic interpretation that serves you better. Does thinking he's a jerk help you drive better?
Yo, it just raises my blood pressure.
Exactly. Thinking he's careless, I need to stay back, keeps you safe and calm. It's strategic.
And finally, step 4, take a steady action.
And we say steady action. Not fast, not passive. You move forward, but from a place of clarity. You respond out of purpose, not out of fear.
Alan promises that the more tranquil you become, the greater your success and influence.
It's a feedback loop of mastery, right? Calm thought leads to calm action, which gets you better results, which reinforces the calm thought.
Let's apply this. We have 3 examples: work, relationships, and habits. Let's start with work. Stress versus execution.
Okay, let's set the scene. It's 4:45 on a Friday. You're ready to go home. You get an email from a client.
Oh,
The subject line is urgent. It's angry. And it's demanding something that seems impossible.
My heart rate just went up just hearing you say that. I can feel the tightness in my chest.
Right, that's the trigger. Now let's walk the reactive path.
Okay, the reactive path is panic. I swear at the screen. I start the story. They're trying to ruin my weekend. They don't respect me. I'm going to get fired.
And then the impulsive action. You fire back a defensive reply. Well, if you had sent this earlier, or you rush the work, making mistakes because you're flustered.
And then you ruin your entire weekend just stewing about it anyway.
Exactly. You're physically at home, but mentally you're still fighting with your boss. Now, let's look at the serene path.
Okay.
You see the email, you feel the spike,
Yeah.
you pause, you take a breath, you name the story. They're attacking me. This is a disaster.
You catch it.
Then step 3, choose a cleaner interpretation.
Yeah.
This client is stressed.
Yeah.
They are projecting that urgency onto me. What is the actual requirement here?
That is a huge shift. They are stressed, not they are attacking me.
Right. It turns them from a villain into just another struggling human. Then, the steady action. You review what's actually possible. You draft a calm reply. Received. I understand the priority. I can deliver X by tonight and the rest by Monday morning.
And 9 times out of 10, they're fine with that. They just wanted to be heard.
And you save your weekend. You leave work at work.
Okay, example 2, relationships. Conflict versus boundaries. We have to talk about the feathers in the wind story here.
It's such a powerful parable. The story goes that someone spread malicious gossip. Later, they felt guilty and went to a wise teacher to ask how to fix it.
And the teacher gives them a strange task.
The teacher says, take a feather pillow, cut it open, and scatter the feathers to the wind. So the person does it. Easy enough. They come back and say, okay, I get it. Am I forgiven?
Yeah. And here comes the punchline.
The teacher says, now go and gather every single feather.
Which is impossible. They're gone forever.
And the teacher says, so it is with your words. Once they leave your mouth, you cannot gather them back.
That hits hard. So in a relationship, say a partner criticizes you.
The reactive path is to release the feathers. You feel hurt, so you want to hurt back. You say something sharp. You dig up old arguments. You escalate. You didn't do the dishes into you're a selfish person.
And you can't take that back. That feather is gone.
Even if you apologize, the memory of that word stays. The serene path is different. You hear the comment. You feel the sting. You pause.
Name the story. They think I'm lazy. They don't appreciate me.
And then choose a cleaner interpretation. They are frustrated about the messy kitchen. Is it true? Yes, I left the dishes out. They're just tired.
And the action.
The steady action is admitting the truth. You're right. I said I'd do them. I'll get them now. Or if they were rude, setting a boundary. I hear you, but please don't speak to me in that tone.
That phrase from Alan, adapting oneself to others, it doesn't mean being a doormat.
Not at all. It means having enough self-control that you can navigate the other person's emotions without being swept away by them. You can only adapt if you are stable. Otherwise, you just collide.
Okay, third example. Habits. Impulse versus routine.
Right. The urge to doom scroll or eat junk food when you're stressed.
It's the classic numbing behavior. I've had a hard day. I just want to zone out.
The reactive path is that habit loop. You feel stress, that's the cue. You grab your phone, that's the routine. You feel a temporary numbing, that's the reward.
But it's a false reward because 20 minutes later you feel worse, you feel guilty, and you're still stressed.
The serene path breaks the loop. You notice the discomfort, the stress. Instead of numbing it, you pause. You name the story. I can't handle this feeling, I need to escape.
Which is usually what it is. I need an escape.
Then you reappraise. I'm just tired, I need a break, not a distraction. Then you choose a clean routine.
The clean routine.
Something that actually resolves the biological tension instead of just masking it. A 10-minute walk, a glass of water, a breathing exercise.
It sounds boring compared to Instagram or pizza.
It's less stimulating for sure, but it's restorative. Scrolling drains you further. A walk restores you. It's about choosing what you actually need, not what your impulse wants.
This brings us to a practical application. Let's do a guided exercise. We're calling this the Serenity Reset.
Okay, let's do this in real time. If you're listening, I want you to actually do this with us right now. You don't have to close your eyes, just engage your mind.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm thinking of something that's stressing me out.
Step 1. Identify what is pulling you off center right now. Is it a person? A task? A fear? Just find that one thing that's making your chest feel tight.
Pauses.
Got it. Step 2. Name the story you're telling yourself about it. What is the sentence in your head? Is it, this is unfair? Is it, I can't handle this? Be honest. What is the catastrophic headline?
Okay, I have the headline.
Step 3. Replace it with a calmer, truer statement. And this isn't about positive thinking fluff, it's about truth. Instead of "I can't handle this," maybe try "This is a challenge and I have the skills to meet it."
Instead of "this is unfair," maybe "this is what's happening and I can deal with reality."
Exactly. Step 4. Choose one steady action you will do today to address it. Just one. Send the email. Make the call. What's the smallest step that moves you forward?
Small, actionable.
And step 5. This one is crucial. Remove one contradiction. What's one thing you're doing that is feeding the anxiety? Are you doom scrolling? Arguing online? Rushing? Just stop doing the thing that feeds the beast.
That's the weeding part. You can't plant flowers if you keep watering the weeds.
And finally, close with a short inner script. Alan suggests, "Peace, be still." Just say to yourself, to your heart, "Peace, be still."
It's amazing how much power there is in just commanding your own system to settle down.
It is. It's reclaiming the throne of your own mind.
Now, even with this method, people get tripped up. There are some common mistakes that stop people from achieving this state.
Oh, yeah. We found 5 big ones. The biggest one is mistake 1. Thinking serenity is passive.
The idea that being calm means you're weak or you don't care.
And Alan fights this constantly. He says calmness is strength. Think about it physically. What takes more muscle control? Flailing your arms around or holding a heavy weight perfectly still?
Holding it still. That's isometric tension. It burns.
Serenity is that. It's the ability to hold the weight of the world without shaking. It's active strength.
Okay, mistake 2. Trying to stop the emotion.
This is the white knuckling error. You feel angry, and you say to yourself, "I shouldn't be angry. Stop it. Stop it."
It's like telling someone to calm down. It never works.
It just makes it worse. The fix is to realize you can't stop the wave, but you can choose not to drown in it. You let it wash over you. You acknowledge it. "I am feeling anger right now," and you let it pass without acting on it.
Mistake 3. Expecting instant results.
We live in an Amazon Prime world. We want Serenity Prime delivered today.
But Alan says it's long and patient effort.
It's a practice, not a pill. You will fail. You'll snap. You'll worry. That just means you're training. If you go to the gym and can't lift the heaviest weight, you don't quit. You just keep lifting.
Mistake 4. Blaming the environment.
If my boss wasn't such a jerk, I'd be serene. If the economy was better, I'd be calm.
That is the ultimate trap, isn't it?
It is. You're giving away your power. You're saying, "I can only be calm if the world behaves." And, spoiler alert,
The world is never going to behave.
never. The anxiety is coming from the inside. You have to take responsibility for your own reactions.
And mistake 5. Ignoring the body.
Yes, serenity is physical. You can't have a serene mind in a body that's hyperventilating and clenched up.
So check your posture.
Check your posture, drop your shoulders, unclench your jaw, slow your breathing. Sometimes you have to reverse engineer serenity from the outside in. Signal to your brain that you're safe by making your body act like it's safe.
This has been incredibly clarifying and really empowering. Let's try to recap what we've covered because there was a lot there.
Let's do it. Key takeaways. First, serenity is a sign of inner mastery and strength, not weakness. It's the tree, not the hammock.
Right. And second, it requires the ability to choose your response, not just react blindly.
Third, the reactivity trap is made up of quick anger, anxious forecasting, spiraling stories, and impulsive decisions.
And the method to escape that is to notice the trigger, pause, name the story, and choose a steady action.
Fifth, serenity improves your work by cutting down on errors, and it strengthens relationships by preventing you from saying things you can't take back.
The Serenity Reset exercise can help you replace those frantic stories with calmer, truer statements in the moment.
And finally, avoiding the common mistakes. It just requires patience and taking total responsibility for your own mind.
That's a toolkit for life right there.
It really is. It changes everything.
So we've established this calm center. We know how to stand firm in the storm. But this raises a bigger question, doesn't it? How do we cultivate the landscape of the mind over the long term? Not just in a crisis, but day to day.
That's the next logical step. Once you stop the storm from raging, you have to actually plant the garden. You have to decide what grows there.
Which brings us to our next conversation. Episode 8, The Thought Garden. We are going to talk about how to weed out the negatives and plant the seeds that actually determine your destiny. It feels like the perfect follow-up.
I can't wait for that one.
Thanks for being here. If you want the full series, check the playlist, and please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode.